Why I decided not to follow Christianity anymore. I'm not here to teach anyone. I'm not here to attack Christianity, churches, or parents. This is my story. This is what I live. This is what I felt. If you disagree, that's okay. I'm not asking anyone to follow me. I am just sharing my truth. When I was 5 years old, everything started. I noticed feelings in my body, feelings I didn't understand. I didn't know what they were, and I didn't know they were okay. Then my mother caught me in the bedroom and she said, "What are you doing? What are you doing? You are going to kill me. If you don't tell me the truth, I'm going to drop dead." I was just 5 years old. That moment planted fear inside of me. Fear of my own body, fears of my feelings, fear of doing something wrong without even knowing it. From that day, everything I experienced was filtered through fear. I learned that my body could be dangerous. I learned that my nature feelings could be wrong. It's strange, isn't it, to think that the very thing that make us human, feelings, curiosity, awareness, are treated like something to be feared. By the time I was 7, I already knew something was wrong. I questioned everything. I spoke up. I didn't shut up, even when I was called rebellious, loud, and difficult. But I noticed that obedience was praised more than understanding. Silence was safer than speaking the truth. A child's only real need is to feel safe. Everything else, teaching, guidance of love, should allow the child to be themselves, not force them into fear, not shame them, not control them. But even as a child, I could see the difference. I could feel that fear and control were not love. I knew there had to be something more than what I was being taught. Later in life, I noticed patterns in adults too. I'm sorry, this is very difficult for me to tell you, but I will go on. Like I said, later in life, I noticed in adults some patterns also, like some pastors, even after 20, 25, or 30 years of leading churches, struggle with deep addictions. And one of the most common is pornography. And you wonder why. This doesn't make them bad. It doesn't mean that they lack faith. It's showing me something I have always felt. If people are limited in being themselves, forced to suppress feelings, their bodies, their intimacy, their emotions, the struggles doesn't disappear. They hide, they fester. Even those meant to guide others were still human, still wounded, still trapped by fear and control. Growing up, I heard about unconditional love, but what I experienced was conditional. Do this and you're loved. Agree with me and you're accepted. Disobeyed and you're punished. Shame and rejected. It was very confusing to me. It hurts me. It planted in me a deep awareness that love could be used as control. Even as a child, I saw that fear could replace love. And I knew that was wrong. As I got older, I noticed how churches function. Many churches became businesses. They celebrate how many souls were saved. They track surveys. They brag about numbers. But a person can be saved in a moment and never truly safe. No guidance, no follow-up, no real understanding of themselves. just statistics. And here's what the Bible says, something I realized over time. God does not control our will. Jesus does not control our will. Nobody saves us but ourselves. We are the ones who decide to change. We are the ones who make the intention. Nobody else can awaken us. Being born again is not magic. It's not because a preacher says so. It's because a person chose consciously to awaken and change. But fear does not vanish. It follows us from childhood into adulthood, into religion, into family systems. Fear tells people, don't trust your body. Don't trust your feelings. Don't question authority. I saw it in myself. I saw it in others. Disconnected people carry in their life. It shows up in addictions. It shows up in shame. It shows up in confusion and silence. Fear was everywhere, hiding under love, hiding under religion, hiding under good intentions. I have been a stranger parent for 35 years. My children don't talk to me. They are Christians. They all preach unconditional love. I have 9 grandchildren and probably 2 great-grandchildren when I'm doing this video that I have never seen. For 35 years, all I did was pray, cried in my sleep, change, condemn myself, and beg God and ask God what I did wrong. And the truth is, I didn't do anything wrong. My family was not aware of what they were doing to me. They were not conscious of how fear, obedience, and rules shaped our relationships. And because I didn't know this myself, I suffered. I was hurt. I was left alone. If the people who worship Jesus treat their mothers this way, if being born again creates estrangement and fear rather than real love, why will I continue following a system that disconnects people from themselves and from each other? Why will I go to a building to worship someone who cannot control anyone's behavior anyway? That's when I realized something was profound. Faith did not heal this. Religion did not heal this. Obedience did not heal this. Only awareness healed me. I stopped condemning myself. I stopped believing I was broken. I realized I was never the problem. But you know what? I understood that we are responsible for our own awakening. Nobody else can awake us. Nobody else can make us change. And you know what? That is true freedom. That is power. That is truth. This is why I decided not to follow Christianity anymore. Not because I hate it, not because I rejected love, but because I refuse fear-based control, because I refuse obedience that disconnect people from their own feelings, because I refuse systems that replace real connection with rules, because I want to live in awareness, because I want to honor my truth, my body, my heart, and my feelings, because I want to honor the child I was before fear was placed in me. I wasn't born broken. I was shaped by fear before I had words. This is my story. This is not a lesson, not a teaching, not a command, just my truth. If someone sees themselves in it, that is their experience. If someone disagrees, that is okay too. This is my life. This is my voice. This is how I remember. If you really like this, it will be other videos talking about my transition and my transformation from awareness I will see you then. And I do hope that during your life, not too late, like I did found the truth, you will find awareness in your life. Love you guys. And don't forget to take one breath at a time, because with that breath, you can step in a place of serenity. Love you.